Live once again at 0600 hours 42 minutes, Tuesday, May 21st, 2019. Good morning. Morning, family. Morning, everybody that's going to watch and peer in. Please share. Hopefully, my words we can discuss or have an open mind about things I say. However you think I want to hear, because I want to know, and I truly, really want to know. That's why I do this on the platform of YouTube. And so, good morning, everybody, once again. That lead me into my topic. It's an open discussion, and what I'm starting to realize that the sayings are true. Now, there are sayings, not sayings like Super Saiyan, my anime people, that what we put our mind to, which is what we will become. I'm learning we are becoming what we're literally saying. Remember when Tupac made the video, Brenda Got a Baby? Now, I was a young man, but by the time I was a teenager, 5 to 8 years later, Brenda's was having babies. It's not that we never seen young women with babies, but how you start going to school and by the summertime, 6 girls at the school are pregnant and they're not seniors, they're freshmen. And it became our rhetoric. The streets was the third option for a community of African descended people. Then it became the first option. Hoeing was an everyday pastime because that's what those women was. So we got to think, we thought we was getting rid of the curses, but we perpetuated, we promoted, and we advocated. One year, how did the respectable women had on the slutty dresses, and then at the adult video awards, they had on dresses that you thought the respectable women was going to wear. And people will use that analogy. Well, those women only get to dress a certain time once a year. Well, those women are not dressing slutty either. They're not hiding that they're slutty because now they're on social media, and I have a couple of them you know what they're doing. They may not show that because their social media is their life. Their porn life is their life too, but it's separate. But their name is the same name as their porn name. So it don't equate. And some of them don't talk about it because some of them do enjoy it. Majority of them enjoy it. Some of them don't. So that's getting to me to say, why as African descended people, why do we act as the knowledge? You know how they say knowledge is power, reading is fundamental? They say if you wanted to, we starting to make it true, the lack of knowledge. Why when you tell an African descended person, and this is not because I'm a better, because we all born in the ghetto in the hood. Majority of African, and that's the truth. There is no way, I don't know any suburban black people. I don't have none, zero, because we did not associate, because we're not born in the same area. And my family that became part of the middle class, because not a lot of us became upper class, in the upper echelon where we generating money while we're talking on YouTube. Some people you're generating money, but if YouTube cut off right now, what platform do you have? We had platforms. We had BET. BET sold their rights to the other race people. We had Teen Summit. I remember Teen Summit. If any of you are old enough to remember Teen Summit, that's what I remember. Alicia Keys. She was 16 playing the piano. And she was beautiful. She still is. One of the artists in our time that is truly an artist. Not because she played the piano, because her aura, her calling was soulful. Just as when Mariah Carey can have all these hits, Beyonce can have all these hits, but nobody did it like Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston, to me, and we all can say this, and even maybe some artists that you might agree with that's not of our race, they were soulful. They made you feel. I never felt Beyonce songs. None. They were sexual or booty gyrating, or it was meant to satisfy the era for whatever she was doing. It wasn't meant to hit my heart. When she did the movies, it hit my heart. The Fighting, was it Fighting Temptation or Temptation? No, Fighting Temptation with Morris. No, not Morris. Cuba Gooding Jr. And Montel Jordan was in there, the singer, and our favorite song, Just for the Night, and We Can Get It On, and Let's Ride, and all that good music. But let's talk about us regular folks. Everything that was perpetuated came back on us. And so the only own platform that we have is what? Can we name anything black owned? No, I don't mean no. Don't give me some new age business. I mean, if we look around, if we go to politics, Fortune 500, I don't mean, and look at what people are millionaires for. I do that. I do the study. Look at our movies. Look at our directors and producers and engineers. Do we have a plethora of abundance or a good amount? Don't say because we just got, no, we had opportunities. We never dug in. The Kings, the Martins, the Malcolms, the brothers, they led the way because we was doing little by little. We had the Malcolm. We had Martin, then we had Malcolm, and who was next? And we can't say nobody after that because there was nobody after that. And the one thing that I want to say too is we can talk about CIA, FBI, and the new one that I heard of, NOI, because I don't study this type of information. We can say they've been tracking them and killed them. But the truth is, who really killed our brothers? The same brothers. Every one of us got by our own brother. Think about that. No FBI, you could say he was part of whatever. What was his skin color? And don't give me that. I know how the history worked. I know people forget that we was breeded. We forget. Slavery was more than 400 years. Slavery was almost 1,000 years or more. We're on the year 2019. What do you think was happening 2019 years ago? What do you think was going on? And before that, there was tribes. We knew who our family was. Now we got each other having sex. But I ain't gonna get into that. But if we think about anything that we do, what do we own? And that's what we got to stop lying. And then I was listening and I was trying to tell people, and I learned this, and I keep doing it. I was never asked this. I listened, but I would ask a question. I would never say, you sound stupid. I will always say to these men that would say, well, I've been studying this for years. I had a mentor. I would say, well, can you change your words? You're trying to sound smarter. They're like, well, you're fighting me. I was trying not to be. I was like, I'm not being that. I had to say it sometimes. I'm not being that dude. I want to know what you know. Where can I start reading? No, but what a lot of us do is say, that's not true. That's a lie. You're not telling the truth. That sounds stupid. Are you a prophet? No, but I am a man. I am a being just as you are. I can go read just as you can read. And I was telling them, I was like, where can you read this? One guy finally asked me. And I was writing I was writing it. I was like, oh, I wrote it, but I'll tell you again. Go read the naturalization laws. Go read the history of America. It's 3 books, basically, of America. It's history, making, and building of America, if I'm correct, if it's building. But if you see it in the library, go read all those books. The naturalization law is hard, but if you read a lot of it, we're naturalized citizens of a land. A land, think about this. And this is where I started laughing. Land is free. Why is we paying for land? Land is free. Why is we paying for land? Why is water free? And why are we paying for? If you start thinking really about what we're doing on this earth, what do we own? We don't own nothing. People are like, well, we'll go back to Africa. What do we own in Africa? Do Africans even own? Africans don't even own the land that they're standing on. They didn't even. And I learned to own something, you have to fight for it. People say, well, you're not going to own. Well, if we try to do it the lawful way, we're going to have another 1,000 more years of struggle. So that make another 1,000 years for our children to struggle. In the one place, if you haven't figured out that we only owned in America, it's been 75 years. The only thing is Johnson & Johnson Publishing Company. And if you Google it, they got sued and they lost their rights. They had to get their rights back because of what caused cancer, which we already knew. And the people, not black, I think it's only like 1 out of 100,000, like almost, it was like 1,000 thousands of people suing them. And they can't win their case. The one woman won to be the example to say, hey, niggas, this is y'all. we're going to destroy. And people keep saying, why do we keep saying until we unify, until we unite, it's nothing going to change? Because it's not going to change. If you read the Constitution, how can we have lawyers that practice the bar? We don't even need to be you don't got to pass the bar to be a lawyer. I can go defend. People are like, well, I'd rather defend myself and have a person sit up there and tell me that I should accept this. But in Amendment 14, it's saying I had to be treated fairly. We never activated the Amendment 14 during young men's getting killed. He's not but a man could go to jail for prison for a bag of weed, while a man can sit there and rape a black man and a white African descendant person or a woman, a man or a woman, and go to jail for 5 years. I go for 20 years for drugs. Tell me where we are aligning our, and people say it's deeper. Well, we got amendments, we got a constitution, we got Bill of Rights, we got the civil rights. Where have we extracted? And that's what I'm telling people. We have done nothing. I'm sorry. And this is going to be, it's not a blow to us. This is an eye opener. When are we going to really, we're not woke yet. Maybe we're blurry now. You wake up, your eyes are blurry, and you waking out of that slumber. I think we're finally coming out of that slumber, but we're not woke. What I say unto one, I say unto all, is your path, is your journey, is your choice. Please choose wisely. And I want to say too, we have a long way to go. To me, in the spirit, saying, you know how you get to the starting line? We not at the starting line. We still in practice and warm-ups. We still at the combine trying to make it. We didn't even get to preseason yet. Selah.